welcome. Should I call you Alex? Should I call you Alexander? Which do you prefer here?
Oh, you can call me Alex.
Okay. I'm just gonna hop into it right here quickly. I know you're busy. So the police chief vote. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, I certainly have, since I am actually running for police chief.
Well, that's sort of cool. Generally, I never really got the specifics. Is it like a vote between citizens, or is it just the higher rankers, like especially the police in the system there?
All citizens of the Marshall territories have the right to vote in this election, yes.
Alrighty. And I know it's been postponed. Has there really anything big happened about that? Like no protests, of course.
Not that I have heard of.
I assume Vasily is that how you pronounce it? Vasily, somewhere around there.
Vasily.
Vasily, yeah. I assume he's well liked in the marshals there.
Well, yeah, he is. He is quite popular, I would say.
That's good. That's good. Here next, group of questions. How have things been going, like economically in the service? Since really, I assume most factories have been switched to, civilian production, like toys and other things. Now, really, that weapons aren't as needed.
Well, some people may not know that, but I am also involved in Marshall Services government, and so I personally proposed many plans for the economy, such as, for example, the nationalization of different key industries. Exactly, thank you. Also, some money for all the veterans and people coming back from the war and that sort of things. Because, well, we knew once the peace treaty was signed that all those factories, like you said, that were producing guns, ammunitions, gear, we're not going to keep producing those things. And as of now, we are slowly implementing those reforms. So things aren't going that bad, but of course we still took a hit economically since, it was a big part of our industry in general.
Speaking of that, the S&R Rifle Company, what do you like? What use do they have in your situation? You're currently in it, or their settlements, I should say. Um, but like the weapons aren't needed as much, so
Well,
you know.
it's clear that when you compare both the Marshall Service and the S&R Rifle Company, one has other sectors, industrial sectors that they can rely on, but the S&R Rifle Company is specialized and only does weapons selling. So I think that since the war is over and that they have taken over the MDM, I think that they're going to take a way bigger hit than we did once the war ended, but I believe that they're still going to survive.
So yeah, speaking of the MDM, what was the major reaction there? Like I know you reported it on one of your services. I do get those, but like generally, what's the general Marshal Service opinion on that? Because that was sort of big news.
Well, the MDM has certainly been a thorn in our side, but like I said in my episode, the S&R Rifle Company can be accused of many bad things, but if there's one thing they're not bad at, it's killing the MDM members. And actually, it was a quite well received news when we heard that they were not fully destroyed, but that all of their major settlements and base of operations were destroyed.
Impressive. Um, so like you said, there are some like bad sides of it. I can't admit I've seen not the best of things. Like I've heard rumors of there might be a few slaves, but I haven't really heard much about that recently. Also, out of pocket question, especially in your radio, do you guys play music? Because I say whoever doesn't allow music, to be played in their nation or really anything at all is equivalent to the devil himself. Also, I must remind you that was a joke for the for the funnies. Don't kill me.
Nah, don't worry, I don't have that power. We do allow music, but my radio show, Radio Duty, is centered around information, maybe ranging from pop culture to actual global events. But yes, apart from that, the Marshal Service Information Bureau allows music to be played on the air.
The next question, personal opinion, like your opinion, over like multiple different radios. For example, mine, I've heard that there are actually new independent radios in the Union of Republics. I'm pretty sure there was a Thromboian attempt at it, but they're mostly tribal still, so really couldn't wrap their head around it.
Well, I am.
Yeah, generally your opinion on that.
Oh, well, I am extremely glad that it's happening because for a while I felt quite alone as a radio host. And knowing that it's something, that happens outside of the Marshal Service is actually something I'm quite grateful for because it shows that other people are, motivated to go spread information in a different manner than through papers and such. And so I'm really happy that it's happening.
So, generally, good thing. Generally, what does your government think on that as well? I actually, I reached out with, basically, he said for now I can't really get permission, to actually broadcast using your towers and frequencies. So I was just wondering,
The government's opinion is okay for the outlands, big no-no for the rebels.
that's, good thing in my opinion as well. So, last few questions here. Do you see peace with the Union remaining, just generally? Peace, the prosperity in both nations, especially with nukes, do you think it'll last?
Well, clearly seeing the economical turmoil that the end of the war has brought, the many millions, if you count both sides, the millions of soldiers returning home with their traumas and horrible experiences from the war. Also, just the general constant tension between all of the three blocks, Outland, Rebels, Marshals. I can maybe see peace lasting for maximum 70 years. After that, I believe it's just gonna go boom again.
Last question, here, actually. No, I'm actually out of them. Thanks for coming. One of the first times I've had fun in interviews. Most of them were either with drunkards or sort of fascists sometimes. On both sides.
Don't worry, we have many of those here. I can understand.
Well, that's really all. This is Fox Phillips, and it's Alexander Phillips, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Anyways, this is, both of the Phillips signing off.